Hello everyone and welcome back to This Is Real Life. I'm your host Sheri and today we are in the garage for an exciting DIY. It is really super hot. I'm already sweating just like getting my materials together, but I don't care because I'm super jazzed about this DIY today. We are going to do a We Can Make That. And while past We Can Make That's I've gotten a product from like the Pottery Barn or Wayfair.com and tried to recreate it exactly. This We Can Make That is gonna be a little bit different, and I will tell you why. I can't find exactly what I want. I can't find it exactly. I can find things that are similar. So we're gonna take a bunch of those similar items, we're gonna moosh them all together and make them our own. I'm super excited about it. We are going to recreate, whatever, those really cool industrial pipe shelving units. They're all the rage right now, like seriously, all the rage. And because they're all the rage, they're hell's expensive. Actually, they vary in price depending on the size, the number of shelves, the different pipe like structures. So in my search, the one that intrigued me the most was this one from the Crate and Barrel, Beckett Gray Wash 5-High Shelf. Guess what? It's $999. Yeah. It's gorgeous, but the way the shelves are configured, not exactly the measurements I want for my space. I do want 5 shelves high, but I want them spaced out a little differently to accommodate my needs and the things that I'm going to put on this shelf. For $999, this is what you get: 73.5 inches high by 55.5 inches long and 16.25 inches deep. I want mine to be like 6 feet long by, 7 feet high. The next one I saw was actually on the Amazon. Industrial Vintage 64-inch large storage 5-shelf pipe bookcase, metal and reclaimed old wood finish. $649.99. Each shelf is crafted from reclaimed, finished, sustainable solid wood, which is nice. The wood I got's not reclaimed. I reclaimed it from the Lowe's. 71 inches high by 64 inches long by 12 inches deep. That is very similar to the measurements I got for my stuff today at Cost Plus World Market. Emerson shelving, and it's only $399. However, I think it is pretty small. 44 inches wide by 21 inches deep by 70 inches high. So much less wide than I'd want mine to be, and not really that pipe look. It's more of just like metal frame. Then I found this pretty cool one, which definitely had the pipe structure, where it's more like pipes and flanges and stuff like that. Definitely has the framing I want to do and the shelf width as well as the height for $697.97. So you can see these industrial pipe bookshelves, they're all over the place as far as pricing is concerned. What's not all over the place is they're hella expensive, and we can make that for way less than half the price. Since we couldn't find one shelf to recreate on the We Can Make That DIY Wednesday, we combined. So in order to get a good price for us, I took the pricing of those 5 inspiration photos, added them all up, took the pricing of each one of those, averaged them out to come up with our target price for this We Can Make That. And the price I came up with is $680. I'll show you the supplies I purchased for way less than that. So we are at the Lowe's. I'm parked right next to a Lowe's truck, so you can see it right here. We're gonna go get supplies for our We Can Make That super cool shelf. I don't know what it's called, but it's super cool. We need to get some wood. We need to get some what I'm calling flanges and some pipe. And then we'll be on our way home to go build this sucker. Okay, so we're in the wood section. We gotta go find the wood that I need, and it's none of this wood. So what I'm looking for are maybe 5 or 6 feet long, maybe 12-inch wide pine. I think I'm in the right section. Okay, so I found what I need, and look, there's a giant effing cart in front of it. I feel like I need that right there for $9.55. 1 by 12 by 6. Yeah, that sounds good. So here's my drawing. See how I want it to at least be 5 feet across. Not that I want to rip any boards, but I want to price out what each board that's already cut is compared to if I got just a big sheet and then ripped it to size myself, because you know we're all about saving money here. So as per my drawing, I'm thinking I need 7 or 8 pieces of wood. This wood that we are at 1 inch by 12 inch by 6 feet at $9.55 a board. That's like $70 or $80 worth of wood, and I did not want to spend that much on wood, because $80 on wood, I don't think so. I think we can do better. I'm at the floor, flange, and pipe section, and I honestly thought like, oh, these pipes right here that I need would be like $1. They're not. They're like $7. Don't even get me started on the flanges. $4.48. So I'm literally sitting on the floor of the Lowe's trying to draw out like exactly how many I would need, and I'm coming up with like 30 plus flanges. That's ridiculous. And I'm getting super pissed off because flanges are gonna cost like $200, and that's not including the pipe or the wood. So guess what I did while I was sitting on the ground at the Lowe's? I went to the Google. I can get like a bunch of flanges online for like $25. So I'm gonna order my flanges, and the Lowe's can suck it. Since I redid my drawing, I decided that I only need 5 pieces of wood. So I came back to the area where we found the 1 inch by 12 inch by 6 foot boards for $9.55. So 5 of those is gonna cost me about $50, which is a little more than I wanted to spend, but in the end, it's gonna save me time because I won't have to rip anything, and I think it's just gonna look better. Since we are going online and saving a bunch of money on our flanges and our pipes, I think we're still good. From my drawings, my millions and millions of drawings, I came up with that I did want it 5 shelves, so I purchased, as you saw from the Lowe's, 5 6-foot long by 12 inches wide by 1 inch thick pieces of pine for my actual shelves. Then while I was at the Lowe's, you saw that I was appalled by how much the pipes and the flanges and all of that cost. So I went on to the Amazons and I purchased all the stuff I needed. Well, as much as I could get from the Amazon. My whole Amazon total, I think, came to $73, which was a little more than I wanted to spend. The shelves were a little more than so far, everything was a little more than I wanted to spend, but still not nearly as much as $680. I got 2 boxes of these cutie pie 1/2 inch flanges. I wanna say those were like $20 a box. I got 40 for $40. Then I also got some little baby 2 inch pipes. And then I got 16 inch pipes, and these are all black galvanized pipe. The silver, more expensive. So if you want the silver look, just know you're gonna pay more for it, because it's like every single piece is probably $1 more expensive in the galvanized than it is in the black pipe. So for the wood, I spent $50. From the Amazon for all of this stuff, I spent $73. Then I went over to the Ace and I got these cutie pie little couplings, and these are gonna be the feet. They're super cute. I love them. Look at how cute those are. These 2 36 inch long black pipes, and everything is pipe-wise 1/2 inch round. These are 1/2 inch by 10 inch pipes. So all in all, for all of my supplies, screws included, I spent $171. So yay, we are gonna make something that could quite possibly cost us $680 for $171, maybe $175, let's round it up. But that's what we're gonna do. Aren't you so excited? It's gonna be amazing. And not to mention the fact that we are gonna customize this to fit our space. We're not gonna be held to the constraints of the people at the Crate and Barrel and the Amazon and the Wayfair for our shelving unit. We're gonna make it for cheaper, and we're gonna make it how we wanna make it. That's what's happening on this DIY Wednesday. We can make that. Okay, So to start, what do we have to do? Remember, this was the underlayment that I used for the pallet mirror. This is what I had left of that. I wasn't planning on using this, but what I liked about the shelving from the Crate and Barrel, instead of just using just the straight shelf, they actually put like a little lip around the side, the back, and the side. I think that looks darling, and I think it takes it to another level. So I do want to make a little lip for around my shelves. Now I know it's not pine, and it's probably not going to stain the exact same way my pine stains, but that doesn't bother me. So because this is so huge, I'm gonna have to rip it. You've never seen this before, but I've got like a table saw. So first, I have to measure it. You know how good I am at that. Okay, so right away, this underlayment is way too long to manage on my table saw. I wanna cut it to the right length first. So I've laid my pine board on top of it. I purchased a piece of pine board that is 6 feet long. Now, always measure your wood. Sometimes it's not exactly what it says. I'm just gonna draw a little line. I'm gonna cut it right here. Just go, we got out the circular saw, and we're just gonna cut our straight line exactly where we have it measured. Now you know the circular saw is nothing for you to be afraid of. You're not a dum-dum, and you're not gonna put your hand in front of the saw blade. You're just not gonna do that. So we're gonna line up our line that we've made with our little divot in the bottom plate. Easy peasy. So now what we want to do is figure out how tall of a lip we want coming up from our shelf. And I actually think like the width of my level is a good width of a lip to come around on all sides. Whatever the width of this is what I'm going to rip it to. The top of the shelf to here, like 1.5 inches. So there will be a 1.5 inch lip around all of my shelves. So let's go to the table saw. We have the table saw not on the table, but on the ground, because you know that's how I roll. It's like a portable table saw. It's not really on a table. This little blade right here, you can adjust the height of it based on the thickness of your wood. This is my sample board. My blade goes over the top of it, so I know it's gonna cut through. It also has this little arm thing that slides. That's gonna give you the width of what your ripping is. So I am gonna put the level up to my blade, and then I'm gonna press my little arm here right next to it, and then I'm gonna lock it in place. So now every piece of board that I cut is gonna be the exact same width. Feeding this through is gonna be a little cumbersome for just me because it is such a long piece of board. But we can make it work. We work by ourselves all the time. And we're gonna turn this on, and then we're gonna rip some wood and see what happens. Don't be scared of it. I'm not scared of it. I've used this a couple times. If you don't have one of these, you could easily draw out your lines, which you've seen me do before. Use your circular saw to just cut them individually like this. But I thought it'd be fun to get out the table saw. I actually set up like a stack of wood. When this feeds through, it doesn't start dipping down onto the floor, and that little wood will help support it a little bit. Hopefully that plan works. And I'm just gonna turn this on. It's gonna be loud. We're gonna feed it through and get some wood strips. Turning it on. Done, and look at how perfect that is. You kind of gotta love a table saw. So I need 5 strips all in all, plus I need extra strips for my sides. So this is 1, yay. I need 10 side pieces. So let's just cut some wood. Oh, Jesus. Ugh. Check us out, using a table saw like a boss. So if I line this up with this piece on both sides is gonna square up just like that. I'm gonna say it's right there. We're gonna go 11.5. See what I mean about measuring your boards first, because the Lowe's markets this pine board right here as 6 by 12 by 1, and clearly we just measured it and it's not by 12. So now what I'm gonna do, slide that out of the way, bring the chop saw over. So I'm gonna do one first, because you know me, I don't have that much scrap left, and so I can't afford to be cutting wrong measurements. We think it's 11.5. So here we go. So there's the one. I think I need to do it a hair. It's like one tiny smidgen too short, which I can nudge towards the front, but I do want to make them just a hair longer. Now we know. And now we know we need 10. This is the one we originally cut. I'm going to use that as my template, knowing that I want to put the saw blade just on the other side of the line. Boom. That's 2. Okay, so we have all of our side pieces cut, and because I just want to add a little extra flair, and we can because we're making this our own, I want to have rounded corners at the front of my shelves. So I got this can of bug spray so that I could take it and then draw a little rounded corner. So now I'm going to take my jigsaw and I'm going to just round off that corner there. So I have my little corner that I just want to take my jigsaw and round off. See? A nice little rounded edge. Now I'm going to just use this to trace all my other ones so everybody has the same shape, hopefully, and then they'll be nice and cute with little rounded corners. Okay, great. Now we have to cut all those. That was so fast. Look at those rounded corners. Beauty guru, look at those suckers. Those are gonna go here. Yay. Okay, so now that we have all of our side and back pieces cut, we need to put these shelves together. I need to put my backing as well as my sides on, and I told you guys we were bringing out the tools today. You're gonna be super excited about this one. I am going to use my wood glue as well as some like little brad staple-y doodads. They do look like staples. I don't know, I think this box is hells old because it's been in my cupboard forever. What we are going to use is our Porter cable pressure gun thing, whatever that is. It's like a pressure tank. You like plug it in, it builds up pressure, and then it allows you to shoot this gun in there. It makes just for quicker, easier, like nailing. This is like one that shoots staples. I also have one that shoots little finishing nails just to help us hold our back and our sides in place while the wood glue dries. So we're not gonna get carried away and be like, although we will want to. If you don't have one of these, you can easily just tack in with a little hammer and a finishing nail just into a couple corners in the back while your wood glue dries. And if you don't want to do that at all, you could wood glue and then clamp everything and wait till the wood glue dries. The Porter cable also, just, pro tip, if you have inflatable toys, for the pool or the lake or whatever, you can get a little blower attachment and then you can inflate your toys without having to blow them up with your mouth, which is amazing. That's really what I use the Porter cable for, 9 times out of 10. So, we have our wood glue. I'm going to put a bead along the back, and then I'm going to put my little back piece on. And just like 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever I feel, I am going to shoot it on in. Press this down and just like that. Now let's go to the other side and ba-doom. Perfect. You just do as many as you feel like. We're just trying to create a nice tight seal for our wood glue so we have no gaps and everything dries secure. See how fast that went? Now I literally could have hammered in some finishing nails, would have just taken me longer, would have had the same effect. This just happens to be faster. We got shit to do, so we can't be out in the garage in this hot ass weather all day. I'm gonna put my sides on, same deal. Get some wood glue, take my side piece, boom, and then we'll have lovely, lovely Crate and Barrel worthy shelves. So, these are our shelves. I think we just gave Crate and Barrel a run for their money. These look legit. We took our $9.99 1x6, I guess that's what the Lowe's calls it, and just turned it into something amazing. And Crate and Barrel, guess what? We took your design and we stepped it up by adding these rounded corners to the front. These look so awesome with these little sides and backs on them. Like, I can't get over it. But what I do know is we need to stain it, and then we can start putting together all of our pipes and making this sucker into a legit shelf. But right now, I'm loving all of our 6-foot long shelves. I think we're fucking awesome, you ask me. Staining's up next. Yeah. So I have been out in this garage for what seems like an eternity, sanding and staining all of my shelves. It wasn't an eternity. It was about 3 hours, but they look amazing. Now that they're all done and they're dry, we are ready to put on all of the hardware and make this thing an actual shelf. Now, in full, this is real life disclosure, I'm gonna show you a little something. I ran out of stain. Whoopsie. I tried to make it last by like putting some water in the remnants, and that's where you see like kind of dark and kind of light. That doesn't work. Don't do that. But this is the very, very, very bottom one. This is real life. Ain't no we got time to go back to the Lowe's and pay for, another $10 for stain when this is the bottom that's literally going to be approximately 2 inches off the ground. So I said, fuck it, I'm not getting stained. And also, I'm not going to the Lowe's because I'm really excited to put all of our holes and flanges and all that good stuff on. So for this bottom one, I need 2 feet here, 1 foot in the dead center, and then 2 feet here. And for the feet, I'm using the super cute flanges, these. So these get screwed directly into the bottom shelf, and then what makes the feet are these. These are 2-inch black pipe. So picture this all upside down. You don't want that part on your floor. So I got these cutie pies, 1/2 inch to 3/8 inch coupling, and it's kind of shaped like a bell. Unfortunately, the skinny side is the side that I would want to the pole, but it's too skinny. So I have to put the 1/2 inch side. So this actually is going to be my little decorative foot. So it looks like that, but it will look like that. You get it? So we got to figure out our spacing. I think I'm going to start with the one in the middle because I know I want that dead center lengthwise, dead center front and back. So from that edge to this edge is 6 feet. So we know here is 3 feet. That is the center. I'm going to measure from here to the end. And while Lowe's markets it as a 1x6x12, so 12 being the width, it really is only 11 1/4. Thanks, Lowe's. Yeah, it's 11 1/4. What the hell is half of 11 1/4? That circle right there, we're calling center. I want the dot that I just made in the very center of my flange. So I've got my trusty drill, and I got a whole bunch of screws. Now, these screws make me a tiny bit nervous. I'm hoping that the flange takes up a little bit of room and my screws don't end up poking out the other side. Might poke through. Might not, but might. Should we just try one and be gentle and see what happens? We're gonna take it real easy. Everybody, cross your fingers. Like, I don't even wanna go anymore. Let's check. Oh. Yeah, I can barely see it. Like, I need to back it out a little. The tiniest tip of the point is coming through. Shoot. I need different screws. I'm so thankful that I went super slow and did not bust the wood on the other side because I'd have been pissed. I swear, I searched all over for screws in bulk because I counted how many screws I needed and it was a lot. So I bought this box, which if I don't use, I'm gonna take back. I'm gonna put that back in the box. I'm gonna just close these right back up. I don't think I can use these. Shit. Okay, we're in luck a little bit, not a lot of it. In my cupboard, I did find they're silver. They are tiny. These will work. I don't nearly have enough of them, but it'll give us a start, right? So we gotta use these little babies, and I think these are like 1/2 inchers, and they're silver, and I'm not pleased about that. But those other ones, I would have busted through the wood. You know that for certain. Let's get this show on the road. Yay. And it sinks down because it is a little baby. I can still see a silver dot. You can probably see a silver dot too, but that's okay. And for fun, to save on screws, I could just use 2 in each one because that definitely holds. I don't need, I have to get, there's no matter what, I mean, what do we have in here? I'm putting 5 of these flanges. That's 15 screws right there. That's like half that. That's 1 shelf. We gotta go to the store. Damn it, Jim. Okay, perfect. That is in. Now we take our 2-inch pipe. We're just gonna go ahead for a second. I'm gonna screw it all the way down because the good news is to level, we could just unscrew. Put this little puppy on. I like it. All right, put those screws right there. Now we gotta measure where our side feet are gonna go. This is super cute, by the way. We know this one is in the center at 3 feet, so I want to at least have the side ones coming in. Yeah, we're gonna go 6 inches. 6 inches here. Now, we gotta just figure out where we want these to be placed. Oh, I have an idea. So we're gonna come in 1 inch and we're gonna make a circle dot. Now this circle dot is going to be where we put our first screw. Boom, look at that. Perfect. Yay. Now we're gonna do this exact same thing over on the other side. Okay, I have all my little feet in and they look really cute. I just didn't put my little decorative feet on, but you get the gist. So, boom, see? So, little feet. It's elevated off of the floor. Now what's gonna happen is we're gonna repeat exactly what we did underneath on the top. And then we're going to use, what are these, 18? Yeah. We're gonna use 18-inch pipes. I think they're 18. I lied, 16-inch pipes. So these are gonna go like this, all, boom, one in the middle. And then this shelf will have flanges on the underneath, so it will screw in and it will sit on top. Do you get it? Do you see where it's all going? That's why those first measurements were so darn important. Now, I will have to, no matter what, measure the bottom of every shelf. However, in order to line up my flanges top to bottom, what I was thinking is drilling a little baby hole in the center of my flange that no one will see because the pipe will be covering it up. But at least that will give us a target for our flange on the other side so we don't have to measure and we know that they're perfectly lined up. Okay, so I have my drill. Let's just do the one in the center to see if what we're thinking works out perfectly. Now I flip it over and I have my little drill hole here. So now when I put my flange, I put that drill hole right in the middle and this should be perfectly lined up with the one underneath. We won't be able to tell so much on this first shelf, but as the shelves get higher, we will definitely be able to tell. I'm thinking that's gonna work. I think that's gonna be great. So let's drill straight up and down, straight up and down. Also, these drill holes will make it so I can shift my flanges on top and not worry about my screws hitting each other. See, 2 drills comes in pretty handy, don't you think? Perfect. Okay, let me just do the 2 and the 2, and then we'll put the pipe in and that shelf and we'll see what it looks like. As per my drawing, which has been through many iterations, we just did 2 and 1 in the center with 2-inch pipe. And now we're gonna use our 16-inch pipe, 2 and 1 in the center, and then put another shelf on top of that. So I'm gonna have 2 shelves that technically will be like 4 cubbies, and then a big open space for my TV, and then a littler shelf up at the very top. So we get our 16-inch pipe, screw these in. Oh my gosh, it's coming together. Now for all of the flanges and pipes and whatnots, I will have links in the description box because you definitely don't want to buy these at the Lowe's. They're way too damn expensive. So next up, we'll have to pretend. I'm gonna put flanges here. Now these flanges technically would be screwed to the bottom of the next shelf. So these would go here, and then, this sucker would go on like that. Oh my God, that's cute. You could just stop here with 2 shelves and this would be like a darling credenza. Now, Here's the dilemma. I am gonna actually have to get underneath with the flanges on where they need to go and then drill them from underneath, because I can't build this on the ground with flanges and then think I'm gonna be able to screw the pipes into them, because I'm not. But it's looking really cute. I'm gonna have to go get screws though. I don't have very much left. I know you can't see it for shit at all right now, but just take my word for it. It's really cute. You'll be able to see it in a second. And these backers, Crane Barrel can suck it. I pulled shit kind of way back and a little bit down so you could see the bottom. I've already measured the underneath of shelf number 2 and shelf number 3, because the formation of shelf 2 and 3 are exactly the same according to my drawing as far as where the flanges get screwed into. That all looks good. Let's get the shelf. It's gonna go here and see if that is level before we screw everything into place. Oh, hell no, it's not level. Why is it this way? Is my garage at a slope? Houston, I think my garage might have a slope. So I moved it, re-evened out the legs so it's not tippeting around, but now let's see. Totally level. So there you have that. Garage floor is not completely level. Let's re-put the second shelf back on. It's level. It's level without me even really having to do anything. Now that I know where my markers are, I have to line up my flanges with all my markers. I'm gonna do my center one first. Oh goodness. This one's way up. Okay, there's that one. There's one right there, one right there. Aha! Oh my gosh, this has a flashlight on it. So lovely. Okay, I've one in. Aha! Dun 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 dun! Okay, let's get the other two in. So I have my center one totally secure and in. We're still level. So now I'm gonna do one screw in each of my fronts, line up my backs, and then screw everything in secure. Are you kidding me? This flange doesn't have any holes! How did I not notice that? How am I gonna get it off? Oh my God. How did I not even notice? The holes in this flange for the screws are not all the way through. Little did the flange people know, I counted exactly how many flanges I needed. I was not anticipating having to like chuck one. Son of a bitch. Now I gotta try to get this flange on. All right, are we level? We're still level. Now that we have our second shelf screwed in from the bottom, we need to put our flanges on the top. And that is why those little drill holes are gonna come in so handy. I went to Lowe's and I got me some more screws. I have set up my camera way far away because this thing is getting out of control. It's a little echoey in my garage and I'm not close to my camera, so you're gonna have to forgive me. Because if I went any closer, you wouldn't be able to see anything. We didn't put in all of our screws in the underneath, so I have to do that. I had to screw this shelf on, and then we just have to put 2 more shelves on and we're done. I should move it into the house at this point and build it, but I don't want to. Because I don't want to, we may not be able to get it in the door because it's gonna be so huge. But the thing is, you can make your configuration to suit your needs. That's the best part about DIYs, and we can make that. Like right now, if I just needed a credenza, I would put this 3rd shelf on and call it a day. That would be that. And it would have cost me what, like 75 bucks, let's say, to make this. You can also make a shorter one. I picked 6-foot long shelves. You could pick 4-foot long shelves. You could do whatever you want. And that is the best part. Right now, my dresser has my TV sitting on it. And I just don't like that look. Plus, my dresser is like old. And it was like, I don't know if you guys will remember this. It's so old. Remember back in the day when like log furniture was totally in and it was like super chic? If you don't remember it, there was once upon a time 20 some odd years ago, where log furniture was the shit. We had the bed, the dresser, the nightstands, everything. It's like totally matchy-matchy, which is not my aesthetic anymore. So I'm getting rid of the dresser and I'm replacing it with this. So I need something for my TV. I need something for like picture frames and whatever, random decor. I do also need something to put my underwear in. The Crate and Barrel one didn't have a little divider, which I wanted a divider because for these cubby holes right here, I actually want to get like cute baskets. I'll probably end up making something, you know me, a basket that fits in here, here, and here, and here. And that's where like t-shirts and underwear will go. So there's 4 cubbies to work with and they're pretty large. While they're not as deep as a dresser drawer, they are going to be taller. My TV's going to sit here and then there'll be another shelf on top for like picture frames, like the cable box, you know, all that random shit. And that's why it also cost me a little bit more than I was anticipating on spending. The pipes and the flanges are expensive. And that's why I think a lot of these shelves that we see online, they don't utilize the flanges, which I like the look of. They utilize like a coupling. In order to do that, you would have to paddle drill each one of your shelves, which you could totally do if you're comfortable with a paddle drill. So where I'm screwing flanges and then screwing the pipes into the flanges, they use this lip right here to set the shelf on. So you do your pipe, you screw this in, and then your shelf would sit here, and then the other pipe would come through the hole that you've made in the shelf. And you can literally do it without flanges at all and use this. I've also seen some where they build the pipe structure separately, and instead of having a flange here, they do a cross pipe and then they literally slide the shelf through and set the shelf on the cross pipe. And I think that's the one from Crate and Barrel is how they made that too. But again, as many configurations as you can think of, you can make. But I was thinking that if you had more of like an open, airy, maybe something that wasn't so like industrial looking, you could paint the shelf part white instead of staining it. Use the galvanized metal of this. It'd be pretty cute because it'd be white shelves with galvanized silver. I'm picturing that in like a girl's bedroom or something cute like that. You can also paint your pipes to whatever color you want and then paint your shelves whatever color. So you could turn this into any style and not spend the $1,200 or the $800 and make it your own. The possibilities are endless. So now that we've gone over that, let's screw everything together and get this thing done and see if we can get it in the house. Third shelf, secure and level. According to my drawing, I'm doing 2 big pipes centered on the third shelf board. So no dividers. I just want one pipe. I want it 6 inches in so that it is in line with these, but it's gonna be in the middle of these 2. So we're gonna go 6 inches in. We're gonna go 5.5 plus 1 line for the center. And same thing over here. Boom. This is where it starts getting a little hairy as far as the height is concerned. These are 1/2 inch by 36 inches tall. Our 4th board, we need to mark underneath just how we did the tops. That is where we will screw in the flanges to the underneath of that board. Check out how tall this sucker's getting. I just set the 4th shelf on top of my pipes just so we can get the idea. I claim 5'7". The 4th shelf is already way over my head. And we have 1 more shelf to do. Substantial for pennies on the dollar compared to what we have found online. What we need to do is measure our underneath, 6 inches in and 5.5 plus 1 line on the bottom. And then on the top, I bought 5 10-inch pipes and we're gonna do a 2, 2, and then we're gonna split the difference and do right here and right here. Now, I want to flip this and do my top measurements and probably screw in my top because it's going to be way up there. Same deal, we went in 6 inches. Our screw hole goes 1 inch in here. Perfect. This one we know was at 3 feet. So I kind of want to split the difference. 21 inches from either end is what we're doing. 21. Perfect. I'm gonna go ahead and screw in all my top flanges. We'll put it up there and then I'll screw in my bottom ones. I threw up a sheet to cover up all of my, Christmas boxes and shit because everything was starting to get very muddled for this angle and you couldn't see shit. But this is real life and I have a garage that's full of shit. So yeah, I just covered it up. So hopefully you can get a better idea of what is happening here. I'm gonna have to get on a ladder here in a minute. Oh my gosh. That's level. Okay, now all we have to do is just line up our dots. Good. This one's good. Let's put a screw and hold it in. Okay, that one's in. Everything's good. Everything's good. Let's line this one up. Maybe. Ish. We can't go for ish. We need things to be just right. Okay, there it is. I'm happy with that. Perfect. Whew. Hello? Jeez. What the hell? Pressing with all my might. What is happening here? Why? What is going on? I'm not gonna say it just yet, but I think I'm a dum-dum. So, yeah. On my DeWalt drill, the little reverse and forward trigger is kind of right where my thumb and hand go. So the entire time I was bitching that the screws weren't going in, it's because I had it on reverse mode. Okay, so just pay attention to that and your screws will go in just fine. Ay, ay, ay. Yep, went in like a dream. Jeez Louise. Again, you could end here, but I'm not. I'm putting on one more shelf. These are 10-inch pipes. They're gonna go here, and then our final shelf will go on the top because why would you stop at this ginormous monster when you can make an even bigger ginormous monster? It may never get out of the garage, but I'm loving it. Whether it stays in the garage or goes in my room, it's great. Wayfair, Amazon, Crate and Barrel, you all can suck it. We're gonna get back on the ground and measure our last shelf underneath so that it lines up with the flanges that we put on this top shelf here. Okay, so clearly I had to bring in a ladder. That's how tall this is. Okay, so, oh shoot, I put my pipes over there. So these are 10-inch pipes. They're going like this. Almost done. Don't forget, I have a flange that doesn't have holes in it. I think I'm just gonna put it in that back corner for now and not use screws and then worry about it later. Okay, so here's the deal. I'm gonna set the top shelf on it just so we can see what it looks like, but I'm not gonna screw it together because I feel like I'm gonna need to take off this whole top section in order to get it into the house. But let's see if we can get this top shelf up there. I think that should be fine. It's a pretty sturdy ladder. Ow, oh, that was the top of my garage. Boom, oh hell yeah. That looks great. Oh my God. I know it's completely hard for you to see how amazing this is because I have so much storage shit in my garage. But again, this is a garage and I'm a real human being, so I store shit. But this top shelf isn't even screwed on and it looks so good. So I'm basically gonna take it apart from here up, move it into the house, and then put it back together in the house, and then we'll see what it looks like in real life. Okay, so I took it apart, I brought it back in my room, I put it all together, I've hooked up the TV, plugged everything in, put some accessories on it, you know, styled it a little bit. It's huge, so be prepared. It's huge. Are you ready to see the final results? Dun, 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 dun. I gotta keep walking back because it is so big. Holy crap. Damn. There it is in all its glory. I know you see cords coming from everywhere. I see them too. Don't think that's lost on me. However, you have to imagine in here is a cubby. So these cords will be blocked by cubby situations. So I'm not worried about that. I don't think there's anything I can do about these that go from the TV up to the cable box, but look what I did here. What? Black cord around my black pipe. You didn't even notice that from afar. That's how camouflaged it was. But it's kind of amazing. Yay. Oh my gosh, it's so great. Oh, and just for funsies, here's the dresser I'm getting rid of. We did it. We are done. Now that it's in here, super secure, super stable. It is 7 feet tall by 6 feet wide. Let's not forget our inspiration. This one is a whole foot taller than the one at the Crate and Barrel, and that is $999. That was my main inspiration. There were the ones that we saw on the Amazon. It says it's vintage. I don't understand how it could be vintage, but anyways, and it is $649. I did find a cheap one, and by cheap I mean $400 at the cost plus. But it is nothing like what we made at all. It doesn't use pipe. It just is metal, almost like outdoor garage shelving. It's 70 inches high, so 6 feet. Oh, only 3.5 feet wide. This is like 2 of those cost plus shelves. Point of the story is, these industrial pipe shelves, they're not cheap. This one is huge. There's nothing online that compares to this size of our formation that we made. Here's my drawings. You've seen them a million times. You want to know what we spent? I'll tell you. I spent $52 on the wood. So my 5 shelves cost me $52. All my pipes and flanges from my purchase on Amazon cost me $73. I bought the tall 36-inch pipe, screws. Oh, I bought the little feet, but then I decided not to put them on, so I'm going to take those back. But anyways, I bought those at the Ace. Total purchase there, $46. But since I'm going to take back the feet, we'll call it $40. So that is $160. Let's just call it $170. I did have the wood backing for that, and I also had the stain. Okay, I'm gonna round up. We spent $175. Let's just say that's what we spent for an industrial pipe shelving unit that is 5 shelves, 7 feet tall by 6 feet wide. That gives Crate and Barrel and Wayfair and Amazon and Cost Plus a run for their... No. I mean, this is up there. We could sell this shit for $1,200. How much profit did we just make? For easy math, $200. We sell it for $1,200. We just made $1,000. That's our new business. What are we doing? We can make these all day. It was not hard. And we're not selling it, but you know, you get where I'm going. We spent $175 for something that people spend upwards of $1,200 on. Mind blown. I'm serious. I love this thing. I can't wait to get the little cubbies so that I can put, you know, my underwear and t-shirts and stuff in here and have it act as a dresser. That is going to be awesome. I mean, seriously, look how sturdy this thing is. Can you believe we made this for $175? And here I was thinking, oh, $175 sounds expensive, which it really does. I mean, it's the $175 is not cheap. It's the pipes, dude. And the flanges. Dude, the flanges are expensive. But like I mentioned, I did find them on Amazon for way cheap. Links will be below. Everywhere. Lowe's, Home Depot, Ace. Love all those stores. But the flanges were over $5 a piece, and I used 40 of them. You could see how that could get real expensive real fast. And again, you can make your own drawing. You could do something half the size of this, spend half the amount of money. It's all up to you. We can make anything. Let's just face facts. We can make anything. We see it, we think the price is ridiculous, we go in our garage and we make it. We make it. All right, so that is it for this DIY Wednesday. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel. Be sure to ring that notification bell so that you will be alerted of all of the DIY Wednesday videos I push out, which is every other Wednesday at 5:30 Pacific Standard Time. Be sure to share this video with your family and friends. And as always, thanks for hanging out.